Okay, so before we start, I'd like to apologise for not doing the take a look at SirToys at the weekend. The weekend just completely got away from me. Didn't really do anything. It just got away from me. Now I've made that excuse. Let's look at today's subject. Whee! This is from my recent SirToys box, a KO Age of Extinction Evasion mode Optimus Prime. For some reason, I've got a bit of a thing for this mold. I'm not 100% sure why, but I do. He's a sort of G1-ish kind of cab. He's got the gun that plugs in on the top. Quick look at the gun. I have run some glue along the seams, like Tamiya extra thin cement, whatever it is, and just to get the handle and stuff to hold together. It's fine. It's just some of it didn't hold together quite as well as I'd like. So I've just done that. And, okay, try that again. It does actually fire. It's a firing version, which, you know, bear in mind, I'm a bit of a connoisseur of these at this point. This is quite high up the scale of it actually works. So firing weapon, big bonus points. Quite nicely molded. Could be in a different colour other than blue, but fine, sure, no worries. Let's have a look at the Optimus himself. I don't know why that's fighting me today. But yeah, he's okay, he's good. Paint's not amazing across the front, it doesn't always perfectly line up. This isn't painted silver either. But, you know, it's roughly there. Lights are picked out, plate. The feet fold up into the cab, although some of these pieces, I think, aren't perfectly well moulded. Like, it's just like little edges of flash, just like it sort of run off a little bit. It's not perfect, but it isn't bad. Generally speaking, it's alright. It rolls perfectly well, although I'm trying to find the right position for the cab to actually stay up straight. Rolls perfectly fine, it looks about right. It's got the one stack. Fine. I know some people complain and they want two stacks. I don't care, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's not like this is actually G1 Prime, he just kind of looks like him. If he looked exactly G1 Prime, then I'd be a bit annoyed. Because it isn't. But he's close enough, but not really, so it's fine. I'll put that back on top. But this is a perfectly good mode. It's alright. It's not bad. A little worried about that. That's a stress mark. I'm not sure exactly why that's stressed, because I haven't done it. Maybe it was just, you know, from the packaging, but I don't think it's close to breaking or anything, so I should be okay. It's just something that I'm slightly cautious of. Okay, alright. So let's get size comparison, and to shake things up a bit, there's Legacy Wild Rider. Yes, I've swapped them around. So it's definitely on the Voyager scale of things. But it should be, so we understand that. Okay? And just for the sake of doing it, and if I'm smart, I'll put the links in down here. Here's my first version I got, which is the KuBianBao version that I got many years ago. This is as close to the official as I've got. So we got this one. And like I say, the paint on this one's way better. And the finish is a lot better. But, generally speaking, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay? So, that's the one we're talking about today. This isn't. Okay? We're identifying by guns at this point. And then there's the slightly lower down the food chain Nemesis Prime that I got. That one's quite low down on the engineering, sadly. It doesn't have the same kind of twists and stuff, which I'll point out more in robot mode. But, you know, it's quite a nice paint job and everything. You know, it's quite basic. The wheels are a bit, but if I wanted to, I could always add to it. But it's quite a basic one. And this weapon does not fire. So, bonus points for the SirToys so far. And last, but probably least, sadly, is my little one that I got in a multi-pack at Skeggy on my holiday last year. Good old Skegness. If you're not in the UK, don't aim for Skegness as a holiday destination. It's really not worth it. But for people in the UK, it's fine. This one, the feet don't even fold up. The gun is not really close, but, you know, fine, okay. So let's just take these to one side for a second and have the SirToys $5 one, whereas this one that came in a multi-pack for, I think it was pack of 5 if I remember rightly, and it was maybe £20 for the set. So this is about £4, which is probably roughly $5. And look at the difference. Like, this weighs this light. Yeah? It's not even got clear plastic. So you can see the difference. This is actually quite good. Okay, bring in the other two for a minute. And again, this is the one with the blue gun. We're identifying it as that. There we go. And yeah, I've got a little convoy here. I believe there are 2 official versions. There's the official in the G1 colours, which is closer to that. And there's a white version, which is when he was found in the theatre and he was all dusty and stuff. Again, don't have either of those. I'm not sure if there was ever an official Nemesis Prime either. There might have been. I don't know about it. But at some point I'll probably try and get hold of those, because for some reason I really like collecting this mould. I don't know why. Let's take these out of the way and transform it. So, take the gun off, put it over there, and what are we doing? Lift up this front panel from the grill. Like I say, I'll put the links to the other ones if I remember, so you shouldn't have to worry too much about following me in this review, because I've done this several times at this point. Get all that loose. Okay. Excuse me, just burped. Right. Need to get this arm piece loose. Try and get this one loose. Yep, there we go. Good. Okay. Try and wiggle it loose. Oh, that went quickly. Okay. One bit I don't like on this joint here is quite tight on each side. Shouldn't be, but it is. So I might have to put some oil on that, loosen it up. It's not the end of the world, but it's just one of those things that are a bit like, ooh, bit tight. Oh, this is easier now. I'm going to talk through the transformation. Yeah. Oh, because every now and then I have to keep stopping to point things out. But like I say, anything important I'll talk about when he's finished transforming. I'll point it out then. At the minute, it's fine. You'll be alright. I'll be alright. Everything's fine. It's all okie pokey. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. I'm tired. It's been quite a day. Okay, alright. Go there. There, straighten up. Just toesy woesies out. Okay, split. And fold these down. And I feel like I've done something wrong here, but that's just kind of how it is, unfortunately. Okay, little knee pads forward a bit. Put the gun back in the hand. Okay, there he is in his robot mode. And you know what? $5, it's not bad. Now, you might right here, right now, see the one thing that's really bothering me. That one's not as bad, but it's not great. I need to floor polish a couple of these things. They bother me greatly. But, you know, it's one of those things. But the head isn't bad. It's still got the neck joint in there. You know, the head's a ball joint, and it's got the little neck joint. There you go, bring that forward. I'll allow this to go down a bit better. No, okay. Ah, that's what I've done wrong. I'm an idiot. Fold that up. There we go. That's better. I was wondering why that wasn't going together properly. He's got the thigh swivel, the knee pad move, you know, feet actually move, which, trust me, for some of these figures is a bonus. Swivel, that. These pieces fold down, so he's got the more accurate. All the movie primes kind of had this little weird angle on the shoulders. Didn't have the smokestacks per se, but they always had these. Don't know why, just did. It was one of those aesthetic things. Got little smokestacks here that actually fold away for the vehicle mode. They don't always do that. Wrist swivel he's got. Head's nice. Looks really pretty. And again, that folds away. Don't always do that either. And he's really pretty. Some of these joints are a bit loose. But he works. Let's face it, he works for what he aims for. He works. $5. I'm not sure if that's just a sale price or what, but really good. I don't know what it is. For some reason, I like this figure. And it's not like I'd pick it up to mess around with just for the sake of doing it. It's just, for some reason, I've started acquiring different versions of him, as I've previously shown. And might as well get the size comparison quickly for those who don't have any of these. So there's a Legacy drag strip. So he's a good Voyager. And we'll start getting them in. So we will have the KuBianBao, which is the closest version. Now this is a lot more solid, a lot more sturdy. The paint's better, I think. Although I quite like that being silver instead of the red, but that's a personal thing. I'm not sure if this face is molded better than that. I'm not sure. They're a bit questionable. But he's got really pointy Batman ears, and he's got more Optimus Prime ears. So that's a thing. You know, the details are kind of lost on this one, but this one's quite nice. Quite nice. And the head doesn't match in colour, I've just noticed. Huh. But these have both got a little fold-down thing at the back. Both got the fold-out pipes. Yeah, he's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Not far off. So you go stand there for a second. And we'll bring in the next one, which is the Nemesis Prime version. Yay! And again, this one's got weird horns as well. This is kind of like the plastic's kept going. Like the plastic's moulded properly. The clear plastic at the back. It's got light piping. Okie dokie. He hasn't got the fold down bits of this. He hasn't got the thigh swivel. Wrist swivel, yes. Ankles, yes. Oh, I shouldn't have moved that. Pipes don't fold in on this one. See this? Solid piece. Don't fold. So this one is better quality than this one, technically. You know, face is not as well molded on this one, I think. Bring that in. Yeah, so it's not as well molded. It's interesting. But I do like the colours on this one. It does work. Don't knock that over. So you stand over there. There you go. Let's bring in good old Skeggy Prime. Ah, Skeggy. Ah, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. There he is. And you can see the sudden drop in quality, can't you? These pipes don't fold away. No swivel. No swivel. Head is without the double neck, which that one's got. Sorry, I forgot to point out. This one, the head is just on a ball joint. The pipes, he hasn't got at all. This one, they're just moulded into the front. They don't fold out, they're just moulded into the front there. He just doesn't have the shoulder stacks, which I suppose, of the two, I'd prefer this. He doesn't have the shoulder swivel, but his hip's just on a ball joint, instead of the universal joint that these have got. His feet do not move, they are bricks. They do not move at all. And the head is... Yeah, the head's not very well painted at all. Sorry, moulded at all. Although they've got the horns right, which no one else has done. And these don't fall down. The hands are horrible. Look at the state of that. The gun's not right. It's... bless him. I love Skeggy Prime. He's so stupid. The knees aren't right. The legs aren't moulded properly. Nothing's right. So, and this, roughly speaking, consider it's part of a pack and all the rest of it, that would be the same price as that. Bear in mind, this is probably reduced at SirToys and all that kind of stuff, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, if you haven't got this mold and you want him, you can get this. There may be a couple of things that aren't 100%, a couple of things you might want to tweak, like how these bits are kind of rounded, whereas I feel like they should be sharp. You know, like the little edges and stuff. It's only little pieces like the feet that you really get it, and maybe a smidge around here, but it's not enough to bother me. Whereas, let's grab this one. Let's have a look at his feet. See how these are much sharper, much nicer? Put them next to each other. There we go. Come on. See what I mean? The edges. It's not a lot. It's just something that kind of bothers me a little. And yeah, you know what? He completely gets away with it. I don't know if this is just $5, if it's always $5, or if that's just a sale price. I can't tell you that. I'm not going to promise one way or the other. But I got it for $5. And oh, I just kind of love this mold. I love that. These two are the closest to being similar, like closest to being the same, but even then they aren't. You know, even if you just look at the weapons to tell the different, you know, the horns are different. They're not the same. These two are completely different to those two, but they're beautiful, and I kind of love it. Like this one, so cheap and nasty, and he's not a SirToys figure. Just pointing that out there. So cheap and nasty that he comes back around to being adorable again, which I kind of love. And this, it's a Nemesis Prime. I think I got this for like £8 or something on eBay a while ago. You may still be able to get them. I couldn't tell you. But I'm disappointed with the lack of thigh swivel, because even he's got the ball joints, whereas his feet kind of feel a little bit like they're turned inwards. And it's a bit... You can't look butch while your feet are facing each other. You know, it doesn't quite look right. But he's good. I still like it. My bar is low, okay? Leave me alone. I like weird figures, and that'll do me. So yeah, let's shove his brothers to the back. We'll get him out there. Might as well bring in Drag Strip again, just for the sake of it. So this is my SirToys knockoff Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. And yeah, he's really good. Of the 4 versions I now have, bear in mind this is effectively just a straight counterfeit KuBianBao version. Aside from that, he's the best version I've got. A couple of things that need to be fixed, like little droopy shoulder here that's sitting on the window, that's why it's not moving. Other than that, he's really, really good. Really like him. So, let's shove him back. Make sure his brothers are all in shot. There you go. Oh, I should get 9 more. 9 different versions more of different colours and qualities and have the 13 primes. Let's not do that, and please don't keep sending me these guys to prove the point. I will end up with just a shelf of these guys, and my missus will hate it, but I'll absolutely love it. Let's not do that. So, I should be ugly, I should be wretched, and I shall see all of you in the next one, where I get knocked off into a slightly lower quality, like my Let's Take a Look at SirToys series. I'm only messing. And I shall see all of you in the next one. Bye!